Ladies and gentlemen, I am Shaurya Dev, a master's student of international relations at the London School of Economics and Political Science. And on behalf of India Global Forum, I thank you all for being here. And I'm very happy to introduce to you our next session, New Age of Global Economy, Innovation, Entrepreneurship, and Sustainability. We have a very special guest with us to deliver the opening address for this session, Mr. Rajesh Agrawal. Mr. Rajesh Agrawal is the Deputy Mayor of London for Business and Chairman of London and Partners, London's Trade and Business Growth Agency. As Deputy Mayor, Mr. Agrawal is a strong voice for London's business community, protecting jobs and growth, and ensuring that London remains the most open and attractive place to do business in the world. A fintech entrepreneur by background, Mr. Agrawal is passionate about promoting London and supporting entrepreneurship. It is indeed an honor to have you, sir, with us. Please join me in welcoming, with a huge round of applause, Mr. Rajesh Agrawal.
Thank you very much for that kind introduction, and good afternoon, everybody. Namaste. What a great pleasure to see you all here this afternoon. What a hot afternoon to be here gathered today. But I'm hoping there are people from all different parts of India represented here. I'm from Indore originally. So anybody from Madhya Pradesh? Oh, there's at least one hand up. Oh, there's two hands. There are more people at the back. Very good. Extra welcome, because I always describe myself as a Indori Londoner. So you can take a man out of Indore, but you can never take Indore out of the man. And I'm so delighted to be amongst all of you. I know many of you are studying here, many of you are working here, and some of you might be doing both. London is a place which is full of opportunities. So a big welcome to you all. And some of you might know that I was born and brought up in Indore, and I came to London in 2001, and I still remember the day when I first landed at Heathrow Airport. I had never been outside India before. It was my first time on a plane, and I had a window seat. Anybody who's traveled for the first time on the plane, you know the importance of having a window seat. You don't want to miss the view. And I remember when I landed at Heathrow Airport, I did not know anybody here, first time outside India, but London welcomed me with open arms. And I hope that London has welcomed you with open arms as well. That is the kind of place London is. And then I worked for 3 years in a small FX company before setting up my own business in fintech, which grew to become one of the fastest growing companies in the country. And then I joined politics, became deputy mayor. So who would have thought 20 years ago, when I first came to London, that I'll end up being the deputy mayor of the greatest city on earth? But my story is not a unique story. It's the story of many people from around the world who have come to London and made this city their home, including many people from India. London has got over 600,000 people of Indian origin. They came across over different sort of decades, but through the sheer grit, hard work, perseverance, they've made a success, and they've continued to contribute in all walks of life, whether it's public life, politics, civil service, business, education, research, media, sport. Any field that you can name and think of, you will see that the Indian community has contributed hugely to British society. Now, as Deputy Mayor, I want to strengthen the relationship between our two great nations, the UK and India, as Prime Minister Modi describes, the living bridge, all the Indian community, and it's so right that we strengthen the ties. And I'm very pleased to say that as Deputy Mayor of London for Business, part of my job is to bring foreign investment in London and support London businesses to expand internationally. I'm like the traveling salesman for London. When I first became Deputy Mayor 7 years ago, India was the fourth largest investor in London. And I'm very pleased last year, India was the largest investor in London. And I'd give credit to you all the champions of India and Britain that are here and in India, including Manoj Ladwa from IGF, who's sitting here as well, have made huge contribution to bringing the two countries closer together and strengthening that relationship. Last few years, a few years for businesses have been very, very challenging, whether it's Brexit, whether it's the pandemic, and now with the cost of doing business crisis and the inflation, it's been very challenging past few years for businesses. But despite all these challenges, London businesses have shown incredible amount of resilience, and they continue to grow and continue to thrive. Just last week, we celebrated the London Tech Week. It was the biggest ever London Tech Week. It was the 10th anniversary. We had 30,000 people coming to London Tech Week. 20,000 of those people were international from abroad. When we started London Tech Week 10 years ago, there were 5 unicorn tech companies in London. Now there are 101 unicorn companies in London. And that is a huge achievement. But we got to make sure that technology helps us solve some of the big challenges that we face today. You know, the big challenges faced by our planet. And that's why, there's a big opportunity for London, whether it's around sustainability, climate tech, clean tech, recycling, circular economy, but also green finance. And I'm very glad to say that London is #1 city in the world now when it comes to green finance. The mayor has set his ambition that by 2030 we want London to be net zero. And if we have to achieve that target, then the amount of investment we need in London is huge. The changes as a city that we'll need to make, whether it's around infrastructure, whether it's around housing and building, whether it's around transportation, is huge. But wherever there are challenges, there are opportunities. And I see that a huge opportunity for investing in London. We've got several programs that help you if you want to set up your business and grow it in London, whether it's the UK government's R&D tax incentive for innovation, which is available across all different industry sectors, where the companies are able to claim an enhanced deduction of up to 230% of their qualifying R&D expenditure. I'm also the chairman of London and Partners. Do look up that company. London and Partners is funded by the Mayor of London, and it helps businesses here grow. And we take a lot of trade missions, help you internationalize the business. Over 1,600 companies in last 7 years have gone through this program, and we have done over 70 international trade missions. So I urge you to look at London and Partners and their new program called Grow London Global, which will help you in expanding your business international, because those trips are of huge value. We put you in front of your potential clients, partners, investors, and so on. Just recently, in March, I took a delegation of 16 amazing B2B tech entrepreneurs from London to India, to Delhi, and to Bangalore. And it was a hugely successful trip. Many of them have already started doing business in India. And similarly, we bring a huge number of businesses from India into London as well. Also, there are opportunities in capital investments. London is a complex city. It's a 1,000-year-old city. So we've got the Mayor of London, Greater London Authority, but also there are 33 local authorities. And sometimes if anybody who has applied for planning permission for anything would probably know it can be very complex. And that's why we want to make it easier for capital investors to invest in London. So we started a new initiative called Opportunity London. So for the first time, Greater London Authority all the councils of London, City of London Corporation, public sector and private sector, they've all come together to come up with essentially a brochure and provide a concierge hand-holding service for investors who want to invest in London. And again, a big opportunity area where we can have investors from India expanding here. Look, the opportunities between the two cities and two countries are huge. This can only grow. India is the fastest growing major economy in the world, and every time I go there, I'm amazed by and somebody who comes from a fintech background is amazed the work particularly that has been done in fintech. I'm very excited. In 2 weeks' time, I'm back in India, and I'll be visiting Gift City. I'll be in Ahmedabad and I'll be visiting Gift City, which there's some good stuff going on there, and Google's announcement on investing in fintech in Gujarat. There's a huge opportunity for collaboration because London is the fintech capital of the world, and we've got more fintech startups as well as fintech unicorns than any other city in the world. So the real opportunities between London and India to work there. So look, whatever you are here to do, whether you are here to study, work, I wish you finish your studies, you continue, and thank goodness now we've got the post-study work visa after a lot of hard work, after a lot of lobbying by myself and the mayor. But it's good that you, and I wish that you sort of not only stay and contribute to the UK economy and London economy, but also set up your businesses. And I stand shoulder to shoulder with you in helping you all along. So a lot of help is available. Don't think that you are by yourself. There's a very vibrant community here of startups. I still remember when I first started my business, I had no money. I was in a job. I got the entrepreneurial bug. I just quit my job one day, and then next day I realized actually I've got no money in the bank account. So I was living in a bedsit in Harrow, and I created a little presentation and went to a bank to ask for a £10,000 loan to start the business. You can guess what the answer was. They turned me down. 2 days later, I went back to the same bank and I said, "You're right, I should not start my own business. I'll continue in my job, but I'm thinking of buying a car." So they lent me £20,000 to buy the car. Of course, I never bought the car. I didn't even have a driving license at the time. But I used that money to start the business, and just because I'm in politics, can I just say I've returned all that money with interest back to the bank. But thankfully, we don't have those challenges now. Some of those challenges are now far less because there are a lot of funding opportunities available, whether through the Mayor's own Funding London, whether it's through angel investments, which didn't exist at the time, where SEIS, EIS tax incentives have sort of made a huge difference there. So whatever it is that you're here to do, I wish you all the success, and thank you again for being here this afternoon. Thank you.